welcome once again. All Takes Valid, episode 84. As always, I go by Trill Trayy. Joined once again with SP21 and my main man, Vick. So, Vick, why don't you let them know what's about to happen to y'all today? Go ahead. Go ahead and give them a rundown.
So, Spence, who you're referring to as that lady is the one that spoke first. So, gotcha. So for today's episode, we have Deshaun Watson, his latest development as to what's going on, followed by I forgot the other one. What was it?
What you said? Watson, Xavien Howard.
Oh, Xavien Howard. That was the first one. I had a brain fart. So Deshaun Watson.
Boy, nervous.
Xavien Howard.
Then
we have a topic that Trey is so pressed to talk about every day, today, fellas, which is TJ Watt being ranked below Myles Garrett, deservingly so. So we'll talk about that last, along with maybe some other, NFL news if we have time to do so. So first things first, I know I said Deshaun Watson, but we want to talk about the Miami Dolphins since we have two Miami Dolphins fans on this pod.
Now you have one.
Correction. We lost a fan.
You have one.
You heard it first. Trayy has officially left the Miami Dolphins fan base. Looks like Spence is the lone wolf. So again, Xavien Howard has requested a trade. How do you feel about that, Spence, since you're the only Miami Dolphin fan on this pod?
Right. Kind of early, don't you think, buddy? I get it. You feel like you should deserve more, especially since Byron Jones is there and he's making $1 million more than you. But Xavien, this is not like a last year contract that like, oh yeah, we got to resign it. If this is your last year, then yeah, I'll be like, yes, resign this. Yes, he deserves to pay that. But Xavien, you still got 3 more years in your contract. Not saying, God forbid, let's just say that you get, all right, you get the money, right? And all of a sudden you just flop. Now what? We just paid you and now you flop. Sure, it has been for 1 year, and then another year has been, going out, but you still had more times in your contract. We don't know if this was a continuous thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm always for a player that if he deserves the ball, if he balls out, then yes, he should be able to play more. But Jamie, you had another 3 years left. Can't you wait for the last? Can you wait till year 2? Just like, you know what, I'm out. Like, dang, bro. So you're just gonna leave us, huh? Where you gonna go? Huh? Everybody's like, oh, he could go here. He could go here. He could go here and here and everything. Time is running out, sir. And I don't care what the other switch out says. I'm gonna say this now. Sure, you can go anywhere else, wherever you want to go. But just know, we will always have the upper hand in this, no matter what. So go ahead. My heart goes out to you, bro. Go wherever you want to go. Just know, if you go somewhere and it doesn't look like it's going somewhere else, just remember, you could have stayed where you were, and you couldn't have what you have.
So Trey, before you go, I'm gonna go ahead and chip in. All right. So first off, I just want to call you out, Spence. It sounds like you saying at first that you are all for the players, but now you said that we hold the upper hand. So it sounds like you're more for the owners now. Are you for the players?
What upper hand we have, Vick? Vick, we still have more years on his contract. Of course we have upper hand. But you still under contract till we trade you.
But you also contradicted yourself when you said if the player performs, that yeah, he should get paid.
He should.
But he's in what he's asking.
But what he's All right, so what he's asking for, we don't even know what he's asking for.
He's asking for more. He said in the statement that
yeah,
he tried to get a compromise. Yeah, so more guaranteed money. That's all he was asking. If not, get the contract revised. But the organization is clearly not trying to work with him on that. So that's all he's saying.
Still have more. Because you have to understand. Yes, sure. Okay, fine. Sure, yes. Then give him more money. But what if we give him more money? All right, we give him more money.
Okay, so you're automatically thinking on the downside, the negative side of things. But
I'm thinking of the what ifs. Because you have to look at like this. All right, look like this. All right, look like this. Everybody's like, oh, look like this. Andrew Luck left the Colts when he had 3 years on their contract, and they were in cap turmoil for a minute. So you're telling me that okay, fine, but I'm looking at as a cautious injury because you have to think about it. Byron Jones is like have maybe 2 years a year left in his contract. I gotta look at this.
Okay, so
and then we still have Noah Begway, the rookie from a year ago, and a couple others. So no matter what, you were fit to be number one anyway. That's what I'm saying. To just hold off, you're fit to get the money because Byron Jones is not doing the things that you're doing, and he's paying more than you. So once his contract leaves, there's more opportunities of money that we can give you instead of just jumping the gun.
Okay, so first things first, I just want to say that in regards to the Andrew Luck comparison, that's a bad comparison.
Okay, fine.
Because the Colts had the right to not pay the man, but they decided to do so. I don't know if you recall that whole situation. Now, in terms of Xavien Howard, yeah, obviously if saying he does get injured or he decides he wants to retire, okay, but that would be the Miami Dolphins' choice on to whether or not if they want to pay him the remaining of his contract, which
right.
The Colts decided that they wanted to do was to pay him out the remaining, but they didn't need to do that. But as we always hear, what have you done for me lately to say? In the NFL, a player, just like any team, if a player performs bad, he's basically sucking it up. What are all the fans going to say? Trade him, release him. We could save cap money. But the man balled out, led the league in interceptions last year. And all he's asking for is either more guaranteed money or a better contract to where he's paid what he deserves. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Now, again, when it comes to the NFL owners, typically we all know it usually goes in the owner's favor. These contracts aren't made for the NFL players. But, that's just how it is. NBA and NFL, we've talked about this plenty of times before. I'm on Xavien Howard's side. He needs to get his bag either more guaranteed now or get a better contract to where he's paid what he rightfully deserves. Plus, Miami, don't y'all got plenty of money? I mean, come on. He's 28. He's not going to be able to ball consistently like the way he is. So he's trying to get his money now. You got to understand that. Pay the man. Trey, go ahead. You scared? You want to talk about it, Trey?
I would say he's looking at his phone.
You stressed right now.
No, I'm just tired of it. This is a reoccurring thing with this organization, dating back to the whole.
Steals?
Go back to. No, you can go back to when they got rid of Juice and everybody around that time.
Yeah, Steals was last of that.
So it's like anytime you get some talent in Miami, they're gonna ship them out. You got rid of Tunzel. You can say they flipped that and got some draft picks out of it. But who knows what that did because you're not so sure on Tua yet. Like what did that really do? Now you're about to get rid of Xavien Howard. You traded Minka just a year ago. So it seems like all they're concerned with is getting a bunch of draft picks, and getting rid of actually proven talent. Makes no sense to me. So to your point, yes, he is still under contract. Yes, he still has some years left on his contract, but
Right.
the NFL means not for long in a lot of instances. So,
Yeah.
kind of the Vick's point, if you're telling him to wait another 3 years to get an extension, the odds that in the NFL that he's going to have the type of year that he just had, there is not likely. So yeah, I want to get paid now because we extended him back in 2018. He's played on this contract for 2 years now, and each year he's gotten significantly better. So now I'm getting paid less than Byron Jones, who you don't ask him to do half the stuff that you asked me to do. He's not covering DeAndre Hopkins or Julio Jones or any other top receiver without help. Because you know what? If you put Byron Jones on the island, that's 6.
Pretty much.
So, nah. I feel he's coming from. I got to get my money now. And then the fact that he's not even trying to, it's not even necessarily an extension per se. It could still remain 3 years left. He just wants some of that money that's already in the contract guaranteed. That's all he's asking. And like he stated, it would actually help us with cap room. If we were to go ahead and oblige him, it would help us have more cap space to make other moves. But they don't want to listen to anything he has to say. So now he wants a trade. And I thought this regime was handling things better than the last regime, but this is showing me that this is just
some things
it's a Dolphins thing. Like it's just some organizations are cursed, I guess. Like it's just I don't know. So no, I'm not really done, but like yeah, I'm really it's to that point.
You're done with head office.
I don't know if he actually gets moved. I don't know, man. It's like I'm not finna keep. This has been like a forever rebuild.
No,
I'm just sick of the rebuilds.
No, I got a question for y'all. Since y'all both one of y'all is still on the Miami Dolphins fan base.
Yeah, let them know.
The other one is on the ledge right now, ready to jump the plank. Do you think it's not more so the head coach or GM? You think it may be more so the NFL or the Miami Dolphins owner that is really responsible for all these moves? Because obviously we know the head coach and the GM, they're in charge more so of the player personnel and et cetera. But the owner itself is the one that's in charge of basically writing out the checks.
I believe this is more of the owner thing. I think Brian Flores will love to keep him, especially how defensive minded he is. That's one part of the field that he probably don't have to worry about too often. I mean, sure, he may have to worry about see a couple teams, Chiefs, Bucks, with higher level receivers, sure, maybe. But other than that, not well, yeah, true. But I'm just saying, in a defensive standpoint,
game last year, him and D Hop, like he's been top 5 for like I don't know how many of the past few seasons, right? But last year, I can say that he was top 2, and he wasn't number 2.
Right.
Clearly, he was the number 1 cornerback for last year. And I know sometimes interceptions get misconstrued because interceptions doesn't always tell the story. As far as, let's say Ramsey, for example, he might not have as many interceptions as somebody because a lot of times they're not going to throw the ball Ramsey's way, right? But
you got to look
at
the receiver.
Howard, though, we watched him play premier receivers and still, pretty much lock them up. So on top of him locking up the best of the best, he also did manage to lead the league in interceptions on top of that. So it's different. It's not like some of these other people like, okay, they had a bunch of interceptions, but, you know, you were getting tried the whole time. So of course,
right.
No,
but and to answer that question, like, so I think it's more of the owner thing because, like I said, coach is defensive minded, so he will love to keep him. You know, like I said, one that's a certain piece that he don't have to worry about. But yeah, this is a owner thing. It's always been an owner thing.
Okay. All right. So since we kind of tamed those flames that just occurred, because this news just literally popped up probably not even an hour ago.
Yep, hot
literally,
press, fresh off the press.
Literally
So,
59 minutes ago. Literally,
extra. Hear all
read
about
all,
it.
freaking about it.
So, with that being said, we have some other news with Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.